Welcome to week 2 of MPAI 600 here at Georgetown University. We had a great first week. I saw your discussion posts, and as I mentioned earlier, I use video and I use YouTube a lot in this class. So please let me know if there's an issue going forward with accessing it if you're deployed or you're overseas. But again, I expect you to watch these videos as part of your normal coursework. So announcements, as I mentioned, keep up the effort. Great effort. I saw some great discussion posts on the UBL case study. Please, that's what I'm looking for. And you'll get a lot more feedback this week when the week is done. But please keep it up. I know the tendency is to be enthused, and then enthusiasm tends to go down. Let's not try and do that. Let's kind of keep up this intensity going forward. Discussion, so 500 words total for the discussions. So this week, if it's one question, and next week it's one question, I'm looking for 500 words. If it's two questions, as it is for several weeks, do about 250 words per discussion, and then respond to two of your classmates in each discussion point or each discussion post. So I want to make sure that's clear. 500 words if it's one question, 250 words if it's two questions. So 500 words total for your original post, So yeah, that's what I'm looking for the word count. Third, I didn't mention this in the syllabus, but I'm going to do this, and I'm going to actually ask you guys to participate as well on a congressional walkthrough on August 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing that for my in-person class, and what we do is we will walk the grounds of Capitol Hill and discuss the January 6th riot. Talk about the intelligence failures, talk about the force protection failures, and have a discussion on the grounds where it all happened. I know a lot of people are out of town, are not in the DC area, which is probably why you're doing this via distance. So what I'm going to ask is that you zoom in, and I'll give you a Zoom link, and that'll be on August 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If there's one or two of you who are in DC, you'd be great if you guys can attend. I can't make that requirement, but if there's an issue with August 15th at 7 p.m., just let me know. And when you acknowledge this, please indicate whether August 15th is good for you, and you can zoom in if you be in person, or if there's another issue going forward. So again, congressional walkthrough August 15th. And then ChatGPT. Yeah, so I've already caught people using ChatGPT on discussion posts. I've caught people on papers using ChatGPT. If you don't know what it is, Google it, and it will probably help you in some ways going forward. But I bring this up because, one, we do have plagiarism tools for ChatGPT, but the AI is going faster than we can anticipate, so the tools aren't always up there. But one, I will know if you use it. The discussion posts are so specific, the papers are so specific that if you use ChatGPT, I will figure out that you wrote a very generic paper, and I'll report you to the ad board. With that being said, I kind of expect you to use ChatGPT in some forms in this class. Artificial intelligence is now getting integrated into Bing, into Microsoft Office products. So you're going to be using these products and these tools, and so I expect you to use them, but I don't expect you to plagiarize, to just type in the question and then copy and paste from ChatGPT. And I kind of look at this like Wikipedia. Wikipedia, you're not supposed to use in class, and you're certainly not supposed to plagiarize from Wikipedia. But I guarantee you probably use Wikipedia to get some background information on something in this class, to get you the base understanding of the topic before you can narrow down on different aspects of what you're looking for. I expect ChatGPT to be kind of like that. It gives you kind of maybe a baseline understanding of a particular concept we might talk about in class, but obviously it's not going to do not yet anyway, the creative thought process that you need and the analysis that you need to do well in this course. So keep that in mind going forward. So we're moving to review of last week, the UBL capture. Obviously, that was our discussion points, and I think most people hit on this. The key points again: SIGINT, HUMINT, and GEOINT. So SIGINT was used to connect the courier to Hassan or to Osama bin Laden, and connect the courier to Hassan Ghul. So, the Hassan Ghul was able to give up information where the courier was able to be connected to Osama bin Laden. That's how SIGINT was used in this case. HUMINT was used. Again, the interrogation of Hassan Ghul, which gave the information about the courier, that was HUMINT. And again, we're going to have the debate about enhanced interrogation techniques in a future module, but the HUMINT is what kind of helped with the Osama bin Laden case study. And then finally, GEOINT. GEOINT was crucial for two reasons. One, as you saw, they were able to map out the Osama bin Laden house, and they were able to map out how many different families he had, and they knew that they could confirm that Osama bin Laden had that many families. They used GEOINT to figure that house was completely anomalous, off the grid, and that was very unusual, so that kind of piqued people's interest. And finally, GEOINT was used to actually map out the house for the actual raid. If you're using intelligence to support a raid, then you need very specific information, like what is the distance between the front door and the front staircase? How many is the staircase a roundy staircase, or is it kind of a box staircase? Where is the layout of the 3 rooms on the 4th floor? Those are the types of information you need if you want to conduct the Osama bin Laden raid, and GEOINT helped in that respect. So I use this case study again to showcase each of the INTs going forward. And then you saw the intelligence cycle. We talked about that. We talked about an amended intelligence cycle in the discussion as well, going from requirement to collection to analysis to briefing a policymaker or a military leader to the military leader making a decision. So that is the intelligence cycle in a nutshell. We're going to go in very much depth in each one of those aspects in this course. So week 2, collection strategy. So it's due at the end of this week. You'll get a little bit more guidance in this lecture, but I'm also going to give you in this an example of what I'm looking for. So go ahead, pause me, and go to the other YouTube I sent so you have an idea of what I'm looking for. Okay, so you saw an example of what I'm looking for, and again, what I want you to do is develop requirements, apply the intelligence disciplines that we just talked about, and analyze pitfalls in the collection cycle. So pick an issue that's relevant to you, whether it's national strategic issue, law enforcement, cybersecurity. You can even do the UBL case study if you want, but pick an issue and apply these intelligence principles to that issue. And the key thing, again, be creative. Don't get hung up. Don't get overanalyze a piece. Put pen to paper or fingers to fingers to keyboard, and go in depth. So again, I'm looking for kind of an application of the intelligence disciplines and analysis to a particular case study. So the readings, you're going to cover the Lowenthal, Chapter 6, the Intelligence Tradecraft Primer, and the documentary will be the Confessions. So part 1 is the collection strategy, and you'll do that early part of the week. Part 2 of this week is the Intelligence Tradecraft Primer, the pitfalls in intelligence analysis going forward. And what I want you to do in this discussion, you will not get full credit if you don't apply those intelligence tradecraft primer issues to the Confessions case study. So please do that this week in your discussion. Show me you've read the Confessions case study and you can apply those intelligence tradecraft primer principles, and those are analytical pitfalls that you will see to the case study. Okay, so I look forward to this week's discussion. And again, if there's questions on the collection strategy, which is due next week, please let me know.